Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss about the system design of BookMyShow application. So this system design is applicable to any online ticket booking system, but since BookMyShow is very popular, so let's discuss about the BookMyShow system design. But keep in mind that it can be applicable to any online ticketing booking system. Okay, so let's get started. So any online ticket booking system will have certain things like, so for example, book my show, so it will have the theater. So book my show basically aggregates with all the theaters in city, in country. So for example, in India there are many cities where book my show operates. So if we take the example of Mumbai or Bangalore, so book my show needs to basically connect with all the theater APIs in Bangalore, so that Book My Show can know how many seats are available in that theater. So theater is basically a third party API. So Book My Show needs to call this third party API to know the seat availability and how many seats are available, how many seats are booked. So yeah, so that's so, and the theater should also maintain the theater database, and it should expose the APIs like book seat and get available seats. So these type of APIs theater should expose. Okay, so let's talk about the functional requirements which we are going to you know implement in our system design. Functional and non-functional requirements. So firstly, the this BookMyShow application should be highly concurrent. So we need to scale app server and scale workers basically. So let me write it down. Just a minute. Yeah. So it should be highly concurrent, and it's basically, so book my show system design. So the system should be highly concurrent. So we need to scale application servers and workers. Then we need to basically have the responsive UI. So responsive UI means we need to have a web application, mobile application, iOS and Android application both. So we can have the responsive UI using React JS and Bootstrap. So let me write it down. So third requirement is basically we need to support multiple city, because BookMyShow supports multiple cities. Then fourth requirement is we also need to support payment. So we can integrate third party payment gateway to support all type of payments. So different type of payments include net banking, card payment, wallet payment, API. And then fifth requirement would be we need to support movie suggestions. So basically we need to have something machine learning to get recommendation engine, right? So yeah, we can use Hadoop and Spark to get recommendation engine. So whenever there is some data analytics or machine learning is involved, uh, remember we need to use Hadoop and Spark to perform data analytics and machine learning. So let me write it down here. Now let's come to sixth requirement. So we also need to have comments and rating for a movie. So comments and rating, basically each movie will have their comments and rating, right? So yeah, we can have comments and rating, and we can use Cassandra database. So you need to remember that whenever there is something, comments, reviews, likes, these type of data, we should always use NoSQL database like Cassandra to store all these metadata. Where, because in these metadata, no relationship is required. Then we also need to send ticket copy to the users. So we can use workers to send a ticket copy. Then we need to use SMS and notification to the users that you have booked the seat, you have made the payment, like these kind of notifications. So these are our requirements, highly concurrent and highly available also. So let me write it, because this is a real world application, so it should be highly available and low latency and eventual consistency. Okay, so these are some of the functional and non-functional requirements which we need to support. Now let's discuss about the possible APIs which we can have in our system. So, so possible APIs, basically we can, yeah, so let's discuss about these APIs needed. So first we need get list of cities. So let me write it here only. Okay. APIs needed. First is get list of cities. Second is get list of events by city. Third is get locations by city. Fourth is get locations by event and city. Fifth is get events by location and city. Sixth is get show timing. Seventh is get available seats for the event, location, and that show. Eighth is we need to verify user selected seats are available or not. So basically, check user selected seats are available. Ninth API would be we need to block user selected seats. So we need to, whenever user selects the seats, we need to block those seats for 10 minutes, so that during those 10 minutes user can make the payment. And once the payment is made, we will mark those seats as occupied or booked. So we need to have a API called book user selected seats. Then we need to have get timeout. So timeout can be 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It is configurable thing. Then we will have, yeah, I think these are the enough. So suppose user is trying to book the seats, then we will call this block user selected seats API, and we will basically timeout will be, let's say, 10 minutes. If the user is able to successfully make the payment, then we will book those seats. Otherwise, we will release those seats. So we can have another API, release user selected seats. Okay. And yeah, so if the user is not able to make the payment, then we need to release those seats. Now let's talk about the database needed for our system. So in this, BookMyShow, we need acid and relationship representation. We also need transactions. And since we have tons of data like movie information, actors, crew, comments, and reviews, so we need some NoSQL database also. And we should also provide searching functionality so we can have elastic search. And since we are also providing some recommendation engine and running queries for analytics, so we can have Hadoop and Spark. So let me write. Yeah, I think it is understood, right? So for users table, for tickets, for where relationship is required, we will have transactions, users, payment, transaction, bookings, tickets. So for all these tables we will require SQL database, and for movie information, actors, crew, comments, and reviews, we will require NoSQL database. And for faster search we will need Elasticsearch, and for recommendation engine and analytics we require Hadoop and Spark.